go back to Justice Sotomayor's point about prejudice? So is it your view that there would be no potentially preclusive effect of this judgment on a subsequent determination or a subsequent trial related to Whole Foods? I mean, is your client not going to argue that Hain should lose that as well?
I mean, that Hain should lose. I mean, if
that Whole Foods should lose.
So I think
Whole Foods. I mean,
right,
I sense a potential prejudice from having to try this twice, when initially the plaintiff here wanted to bring one lawsuit against both of these defendants. And so I guess I'm asking, if we say it's okay to affirm the judgment with respect to this one defendant and it's fine because the plaintiff can go on to sue Whole Foods, is there any possibility of some kind of preclusion in the Whole Foods lawsuit?
So that's a question for state law that would need to be decided by the state court, I think. But even if the state court did say, yes, this determination that was made at the district court has preclusive effect with respect to the claims against Whole Foods, that wouldn't be prejudice.
Why not?
That's just the ordinary consequence of losing at trial, right? I mean, there's nothing about the absence
but we wanted to have one trial where both of these defendants were in there, and perhaps we wouldn't have lost under those circumstances.
But nothing about the absence of Whole Foods or the federal forum affected the outcome of the case. The district court judge, after hearing the plaintiff's entire case, said, you didn't present evidence of causation. The absence of Whole Foods had no effect on that. The federal forum had no effect on that. That's just a failure of proof by the plaintiffs. And so if it were determined in the state courts that having to live with that, with a preclusion effect, that's not prejudice, that's just what happens.
So is your rule turning on the actual judgment, whether it's about causation or whatnot? I mean, in a different case, let's say there was some implication of having another defendant in it. Would you have a different rule as to whether or not the judgment should be upheld?
Yes, if the absence of the dismissed defendant affects the outcome of the case, then I think the plaintiff would have a good argument that the judgment should be vacated and they should have a chance to start over in state court. But nothing like that happened here. The trial would have been exactly the same if Whole Foods has been there, and the outcome also would have been the same. But to pick up on one aspect of your question.
Are you saying